I'm sure you've heard Tadalafil or Cialis is for one thing, but its most powerful effect might be happening somewhere else entirely. Because this little pill might boost circulation, protect your heart, and even help slow visible aging. So I started taking Tadalafil for weight training to see if better blood flow could actually boost pumps, endurance, and recovery. And the results had me seriously digging deep into the research. So in this video, I'll be breaking down how it works in your body, why it's showing promise for performance, skin health, and aging, and what the research really says about using it long term. And it all starts with why a pill made for one purpose ended up becoming one of the most unexpected tools in the performance and longevity world. Now, before it ever hit the gym bag or the anti-aging forums, Tadalafil was chasing a goal so different you'd never connect it to until you see how it works. And the backstory is important because once you understand where it started, it's easier to see why its effects go far beyond what most people assume. And to get there, we need to rewind a few decades. In the late 1990s, Tadalafil hit the scene as a treatment for erectile dysfunction. It works by blocking an enzyme called PDE5, which relaxes smooth muscles in blood vessel walls, allowing them to widen and improve circulation. But here's the part that changes the conversation entirely. PDE5 isn't just confined to one area. It's also found in vessels supplying the heart, lungs, skeletal muscles, and even parts of the brain. And this is where things get interesting. When blood flow improves in any of those areas, you're not just targeting one function. You're improving how efficiently oxygen and nutrients travel and how quickly waste is cleared. This is why Tadalafil was later approved for conditions like pulmonary hypertension and benign prostatic hyperplasia. And for people pushing their limits physically, the same mechanism can mean stronger pumps, more endurance, and faster recovery. So the truth is, Tadalafil was never a single-purpose drug. From the start, it's been a full-body circulation booster, and that's exactly why it's made its way into performance and longevity conversations. And that's where I come in. Because once I realized how it could be used to influence training, I decided to test it myself. Now, ask someone how to boost performance in the gym, and you'll hear creatine and maybe a flashy pre-workout, but almost never a prescription drug that wasn't even designed for athletes. And that's exactly why my own experiment with Tadalafil was so surprising. I started because I wanted to see if better blood flow could make a noticeable difference in my training. And what I found went way beyond just a better pump. I began using a low, steady dose before weight training. Almost immediately, I noticed workouts felt smoother, as if the muscles were being fueled more efficiently. Sets that usually left me gasping felt a little more manageable, and recovery between exercises seemed faster. But I didn't just want to rely on "it feels better" as proof. So I started digging into the research to see if science could explain what I was experiencing. Turns out it lines up perfectly. By inhibiting PDE5, Tadalafil keeps blood vessels relaxed longer, allowing more oxygen-rich blood to reach muscle fibers during training. That doesn't just improve the pump. It can delay fatigue by improving oxygen delivery and speeding the removal of waste like lactate. Some studies even suggest it can enhance VO2 max in endurance athletes and improve exercise tolerance in people with cardiovascular issues. In other words, the mechanism that supports blood flow in one part of the body works just as well when you're chasing reps or mileage. So performance-wise, Tadalafil acts like a silent training partner, one that optimizes circulation so your muscles can work harder, recover faster, and maybe even adapt better over time. But performance is only half the story. The same vascular benefits that help in the gym may also protect against some of the most common age-related declines. And that's where the longevity conversation begins. So when people talk about slowing aging, they usually focus on diet, supplements, and maybe hormone therapy, not the drug better known for Saturday nights. But the same mechanism that makes Tadalafil a performance booster also supports some of the body's most vulnerable systems as we age. And that connection is where the science gets really interesting. Aging is closely tied to the gradual stiffening of blood vessels and decline in endothelial function. When your system falters, circulation suffers, oxygen delivery slows, and organs start to lose efficiency. Tadalafil helps keep those vessels more responsive, which means better nutrient delivery to the heart, brain, and muscles, all areas that take a hit with age. And by keeping PDE5 in check, Tadalafil supports higher nitric oxide availability, a key molecule for vascular health. This isn't just theory. Some studies suggest it can improve blood flow to the brain, potentially aiding memory and cognition. Also, while most longevity strategies work indirectly, Tadalafil's effect is more like flipping a switch for vascular performance, something you can actually measure. So better circulation isn't just about workouts, it's about keeping the body running at full speed. And that's one of the most overlooked factors in staying strong, sharp, and mobile as the years pass. And while those benefits matter for your heart and brain, there's another place improved circulation shows up, right where people can see it, your skin. But the way Tadalafil moves nutrients shows up in the mirror as much as it does in the gym. Skin isn't just a passive covering, it's a living tissue that depends on a constant supply of oxygen and nutrients. When microcirculation slows with age, you see it: dullness, slower healing, and thinner skin. And if Tadalafil improves the blood flow everywhere else, it's not a stretch to ask, what does that mean for your skin? Well, by relaxing blood vessels and boosting nitric oxide, Tadalafil increases delivery of the very things skin cells need to repair and renew: amino acids for collagen, antioxidants for defense, and oxygen for energy production. Some dermatology research even notes that improved vascular function can even speed up wound healing and reduce inflammation in certain skin conditions. Also, better blood supply supports fibroblasts, the cells responsible for collagen and elastin production. The same mechanisms that keep muscles nourished could help skin stay thicker, heal faster, and resist the dull, papery texture that comes with poor circulation. For skin health, Tadalafil's real benefit isn't magic, it's physiology. By improving the nutrient pipeline, it may help skin maintain resilience from the inside out. And just like with skin, those same circulation benefits have another payoff. They can help your muscles bounce back faster after training, which is where we're headed next. Now, for athletes and anyone training consistently, performance during a workout is only half the game, and recovery is where real progress happens. If you can show in recovery time, you can train more often, maintain higher intensity, and avoid the setbacks that come from lingering soreness or fatigue. And this is where Tadalafil's circulation boost really shows its value. Post-workout, your muscles are flooded with micro tears, inflammation, and metabolic waste. Normally, your body needs hours, sometimes days, to clear that debris and deliver the raw materials for repair. And Tadalafil accelerates that process by increasing blood flow to the working muscles even after the workout is over. So, with more blood moving through damaged muscle fibers, oxygen arrives faster, nutrients like amino acids and glucose are delivered more efficiently, and waste products like lactate are flushed out sooner. Also, some research on patients with cardiovascular limitations shows Tadalafil improves exercise recovery times. And while those aren't trained athletes, the same biology applies. The effect is similar to active recovery techniques, but without the extra wear and tear. So when recovery time is faster, consistency improves. And in training, consistency is your real performance enhancer. Tadalafil doesn't replace smart programming or nutrition, but it can tilt the odds in your favor for staying on track. But of course, no tool is without its trade-offs. And before anyone rushes to start experimenting, there are risks, limitations, and smarter ways to approach it. And that's where we need to go next. I want to make one thing clear. Tadalafil isn't a pop it and forget it supplement. And treating it like one is the fastest way to run into serious problems. Yes, it has promising benefits for performance and aging, but it's still a prescription drug. And ignoring that is how people turn a potential tool into a health risk. Tadalafil can lower blood pressure, interact with other medications, and cause side effects like headaches, flushing, or even digestive issues. And for some people, especially those with certain heart conditions or taking nitrates, it's a hard no. And while the daily low dose approach is what's most often discussed for performance or longevity, dosing should always be individualized. The smart move would be to get a full cardiovascular checkup first, discuss it with a qualified healthcare provider, and track how your body responds over time. That includes monitoring blood pressure, resting heart rate, and how you feel during both training and rest days. In other words, treat it like any other serious training aid, with respect and a plan. So if used thoughtfully, Tadalafil can be more than just its original purpose. But skipping the due diligence can turn an advantage into a setback. And the difference comes down to whether you use it strategically or impulsively. And that brings us full circle, because what started as a single-purpose medication might be one of the most underrated tools for both performance and healthy aging, if you know how to use it right, of course. Here's the bottom line. Tadalafil isn't just about one part of the body. It's a circulation booster that can support performance, recovery, skin health, and maybe even slow some effects of aging. So if this video flipped the way you see what's possible with a single compound, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment if you've tried it yourself or are curious about testing it. Till next time.